Hey guys, this is Benjamin with Benjamin's Exotics, and this is the third shot I'm doing of this because of interruptions and other things. But basically today in this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you how to a few things. I'm going to give you a few feeding tips for ball pythons to either get them unfrozen or just to get your ball python eating. Because I've personally done a few of the tricks that I've thought of or researched, whatever, in the past few weeks, and it's worked tremendously. We're in March right now, March 2nd of 2018. I don't know when this will go up, but we've got some cool stuff going on right now. Some spider ball pythons, well, a spider ball python, let me say, that just got fed, and is probably already eaten it by now, but this is like my second or third shot of this, so we're going to go look at him, look at a few other snakes, talk about some tips, and then we're going to come down here and I'm going to talk about ways to defrost, or to thaw out, rodents for your snakes to eat. So this is Benjamin's Exotics. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, first of all, this is my, I think, second or third shot of this clip. So this guy's already eaten, but maybe you can see a little bit of the rat left. I don't think so. I think he's basically swallowed the whole thing. But, and there's just a spider ball python. Looks like he tipped his water bowl over. That's lovely. I don't want to disturb him too much because it's only his third meal he's eaten in the past 2 weeks, and speaking, he hasn't eaten for like 5 months. Besides that, I'm gonna leave him alone for right now because he's not a huge snake. He's about 1,100 grams. So he's not a huge male. He's probably about average, if you want to call it that. I like my snakes to be as big as possible, healthy. To be healthy and big as possible, I should say. But we'll take a look at this guy real quick. He can smell the rat, and he knows there's something going on. But unfortunately, he's not getting fed today. Today we fed spider ball python, Mojave ball python, and I don't think the pastel ball python got fed. No, she did not. She didn't take today. Yeah. Okay, so she didn't take today. We're going to try some of the feeding tips on her in the next few weeks, but I'll talk to you guys real quick about some feeding tips to get your snakes to eat. So, long story short, had this spider ball python right here about last year. Moved him into this cage. He was doing good, eating. Hey, look at this guy. He knows something's going on. He can see me moving the camera. But with the spider ball python, basically this guy, moved him into a 20-gallon tank last year. He was eating good for maybe 3 or 4 months, and then he just stopped. I don't know where, out of the blue, just stopped. It wasn't even breeding season. And that went on for about 5 months until about 2 weeks ago, right? And he lost a little bit of weight, not much. He maybe lost 50, no, he lost more like 100 grams. I have to check on my records. But he lost a little bit of weight, and we did get him feeding, and there's 2 methods that I tried, and I think both of them helped him eat for the 3 rats in the past 2 weeks. And I'll talk to you about that real quick. So basically right here, this is what he was in. Same thing as this. I believe this is 36 inches by 12 inches back, 20-gallon breeder tank, right? Screen and everything, light. Nothing too fancy. But basically, he was in one of these. You can't see it because it's not lit up too good, but this guy right here, as you can see, spider male. And he was sitting there, and, he was eating it at first, but then after that, he just got stressed out. He was always hiding, never moving around. He just didn't seem to be as happy as he normally was. And I let this go on for about 5 months, because males do go off food, and I thought maybe it was just going off food. It wasn't anything else, but I now think it was environmentally a problem, which is my mistake. I didn't really do too much to him. I think he's going to be fine. He will be fine. But we moved him from this into a 10-gallon with screen top, and then this board sitting here. Hold it down. He cannot get out of this. But before that, we took these papers, just normal papers, right? Can't see through them or anything. They're not like really thin paper. They're pretty thick paper, so you can't see through it. And we lined these all along the front and the back. Couldn't see out of this, so he felt more comfortable. And he ate a few rats on that, but then he stopped eating, right? And that went on for, it was in the period of basically the 5 months. He ate like 1 rat, right? And that was it. So recently what I did was I took him from that 20-gallon moved him into a 10-gallon. Bang! Very next day, it was feeding day. Offered him a rat, he took it. That's amazing. So with a snake like that, we're talking a snake that's only like 1,100 grams. This is probably too big of a cage for him. But 2 tips if you guys trying to get your snakes to eat again. It's even on our pastel right now because she's having some problems. Cover the cage with paper so they can't see. If it's a glass cage, if it's a tub, you're probably fine. Or they're just going off feed for natural things, or it could be something else. But if everything else is good, a little bit of humidity, your heat and everything is basically bang on or pretty close to what it needs to be, just doing paper like that around the whole thing, and maybe decreasing the cage size if it's too big for him. That's a great way to get him feeding again. And you can see this guy, he knows something's going on. He's like, where's my food? I'm waiting. But like this guy, you can see, this is I would even say this is a little bit too big for him, but he's fine because he is a 2,500 to when he's actually eating 3,000 gram snake. And most people go, there's no way that can be a male. Well, it is. I've had him checked multiple times, but he is 5 years old, so that gives me a head start on everybody else. And then we got the Mojave ball python. You can see over here, Mojave. I think it's a Mojave. I got it on a little bit of an awkward deal, so we're not really sure what the genetics are behind it. But just a few tips. I wish I could have got you guys a chance to see him eating, but looks like, with interruptions and stuff, we weren't able to see that. So let's go downstairs real quick and let's discuss different methods and ways to thaw your rats for your snakes to eat. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed that. Whether or not you got to see the spider ball python eating a rat, I'm not sure. But hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of the other snakes. Spider ball python, I don't think he had the rat, but he might have drug it into his little log hut. But anyways, real quick, I'm gonna try to make this as simple as possible for anybody that's getting into reptiles or getting a pet snake and they want to do frozen. It's a much better option as long as you're getting quality. You really got to watch out for that. But we'll talk about these guys real quick. So this is just your average, frozen thawed rat you feed your snake. Nothing special. I got these from Rodent Pro. I've been with them for a little bit right now. I might switch up in a while, but we'll see. They've done pretty good so far. But anyways, these are about 200 gram rats. These are a little bit smaller, but these are about 200 grams. So, few ways that I've seen or I've been told to thaw rats, or mice as well. And I'll tell you the ways that work and don't work real quick. Number one is either using like a blow dryer or, believe it or not, I've heard of people saying stick them in the microwave, right? Have you ever stuck a hot dog in the microwave that's not frozen? Like a normal hot dog? Yeah, that's what your rat will be. If you stick a rat in the microwave, a few things are going to either happen. None of them are good for you or the snake. One, your microwave is going to be disgusting because you stuck a dead rat in there. So whatever diseases or anything, bacteria, maybe not diseases, but bacteria, are now in your microwave. Number two, you can try it. Maybe someone will do it as like a reaction or not a prank video, but just to see what would happen. That rat's probably going to explode. Okay, after being in there for however long it takes. That rat's basically going to explode. Or number three, it gets too hot and it's just bad for your snake. So do not use a hair dryer or blow dryer or whatever. Do not put it in the microwave. Option number one is not an option at all. Don't do it. Second way you can do it is just leaving the rodent out to thaw. Now, this has there's not really too many pros. It's basically just taking the rodent out of the bag, leaving it somewhere, and just literally letting it thaw out naturally. It'll probably take 7, 8, 9 hours for a rat like this. It's going to take a while. But you will keep some more of the scent on the rat, which might help your snakes eat a little bit better. Maybe. It's a possibility. And then the third option that we usually look at, that basically everybody does, is taking a container like this, pretty simple, filling it with however many rats you need, and then putting hot, not steaming, not boiling, but hot, just a little bit hotter than warm, but not steaming water into this to have your rats to thaw. Don't want to have boiling, of course, because you don't want to cook your rats. You want them to warm them up and thaw them. You can always take rats like this, leave them in the bag, and put them in there. I don't do it. It'll keep the sun on them a little bit better, but I just throw them in there with water. And that's the most effective way for me. Not only do is it faster, way faster than leaving them out to just thaw normally, you're going to be able to get and make sure your snake's getting hydrated a little bit, because there's water being put into this rat and also on its fur when the snake eats it. So those are the basic ways to do it. If you guys have any questions or anything, you can leave some comments. I'll try to get to them as soon as I see them, if I see them, if we get any comments or questions. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So remember, no microwaving them, don't blow dry them. Either leave them out to thaw or put them in water to thaw. There's a few tricks and stuff you can do with those that might be discussed in another video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little clip right here with me discussing this, looking at some of the snakes. And besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.